Welcome to mathematics class. So yesterday I completed question number 38. So now we see question number 39 onwards in today's class. Two different coins are tossed simultaneously. First write sample space. Sample space. What is the meaning of sample space? Sample space is the set consists of all the possible outcomes of a random experiment. Two coins. So first time head, so second time head. Yes, first time head, second time tail. First time tail, second time head. Both times tails. So these are the possible outcomes. Yes, therefore the value of n of s is equal to 4. So in yesterday's class I told you complete H consider as a one possible outcome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we consider one by one event. First one. Find the probability of getting first one two tails. Two tails. Let E1 be the event that getting two tails. Getting two tails. And therefore, as E1 is equal to, right? Two tails. Two tails means exactly two tails. That is, we have only one option. That is T. Therefore, the value of n of E1 is equal to only 1. Therefore, probability of this event P of E1 is equal to n of E1 divided by n of s, that is equal to 1 divided by 4. Consider only T. Why? Because two tails, exactly two tails. This is only the option. Next, second one. Let E2 be the event that, yes, the question is one tail. Getting one tail. One tail means what about another face? Should be head. One tail. Yes. Therefore, E2 is equal to one tail, that is HT. So we have another option, that is TH. Therefore, the value of n of E2 is equal to 2. Therefore, the probability of this event P of E2 is equal to, what is the formula? N of E2 divided by n of s, that is equal to 2 divided by 4. The answer is 1 divided by 2. Next, question number 3. Let E3 be the event that, yes, what is the condition mentioned on a random experiment? No tails. Getting no, yes, no tails. No tails. It's not number of tails. No tails. No tails means, yes, right? Yes, only head. Yes, therefore, n of E3, no tails. No tails means, yes, you have only one option. Yes, here also head and tail. Here also head and tail. Here also both tails. No tails. No tails. No tails means, yes, we have only one option. Only heads. Only heads. Therefore, that is only one option. Or as E3 is equal to, yes, only one option, that is H. Therefore, probability of this event P of E3 is equal to n of E3 divided by n of s. So the answer is 1 divided by 4. Question number 3, answer is 1 divided by 4. Let's coming to last question, fourth one. Yes, let E4 be the event that, so first answer is 1 by 4, second answer is 1 by 2, third answer is 1 by 4. Let's come into last question. Let E4 be the event that Yes. The condition is at most one tail, getting at most one tail. That's very important about this word. At most means, yes, at most one. At most one means maximum one. Suppose at least means as minimum one. Yes, this is the difference between at most and at least. The question is at most. At most one. At most means maximum one tail. Maximum one tail means HT S TH S. Minimum is also possible. I mean zero tails. Zero tails, nothing must HH. Don't write TT. Why? Because maximum one, minimum zero, maximum one, minimum zero tails. One tail, HH nothing but zero tails. HH nothing but zero tails. Therefore, probability of this event, yes, therefore I write here N of E4. N of E4 is equal to 3. Therefore, P of E4 is equal to, the formula is N of E4 divided by N of S. The final answer is 3 by 4. Okay, yes, this is very simple. Let's see next question. Question number 40. Let's see next question. Question number 40. Two different dice are thrown. As one you keep in right hand and another one you keep in left hand. As both you should throw at a time. So what we get? Maybe one here. The uppermost face on the first, I mean right hand die 1, even left hand also 1, so that is 1 1. Similarly 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6. Yes, suppose if 2, I mean 2 on the right hand die, that is 2 1, 2 2, similarly 2 6. Similarly 1 by 1, 4 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5, 6 6. So total N of S is equal to 60. Complete this one consider as a 1. 1 2 3 4 5 6, like that. 6 into 6, that is 36. So this is about sample space if two dice are thrown at a time. The value of N of S is equal to 36. Now you see the event one by one. First one, a number greater than 3 on each dice. Each dice greater than 3. Each dice. As 3 is here, greater than 3. 3 3. Both are same. Greater than 3 on both. Greater than 3 on both. Yes, write down first. Let E1 be the event that getting greater than 3, greater than 3 on each dice, on each die. So therefore E1 is equal to, as greater than 3 means, as first here 4 4, 1 4 4, next 4 5, 4 6, next 5 4, 5 5, 5 6, next 6 4, 6 5, 6 6. Now you count how many are there? Greater than 3 on first dice, and second one is also greater than 3. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Therefore the value of N of E1 is equal to 9. Therefore probability of this one, P of E1 is equal to, what is the formula? N of E1 divided by N of S. So that is equal to 9 divided by 36. Yes, the answer is 1 divided by 4. Okay, is it clear? Greater than 3 on both dice. Greater than 3. Here 4 is greater than 3. 4 is greater than 3. Here 4 5 greater than 3. Next, so 1 by 1. So totally greater than 3 on each dice. So that is 9 divided by 36, that is equal to 1 by 4. Next, second one, let E2 be the event that, you see the experiment, an odd number on both the dice. Event that getting an odd number, getting an odd number on both dice. As first to write E2 as both odd number 1 1, next 1 3, next 1 5, getting an odd number on both dice, getting an odd number on both dice as 1 1, 1 3, 1 5. As next, similarly 3 1, next 3 3, next 3 5, both dice. So here was first one is also, second one also like that. Next 5 1, next 5 3, next 5 5. Is there any other than this? No, only 9 possible outcomes. N of E2 is equal to 9. Therefore, probability of this event P of E3 is equal to N of E3 divided by N of S. So 9 divided by 36. The final answer is 1 divided by 4. Yes, this is also very simple. Let's see last question in this lesson, question number 41. So this is also related to previous one, that is 40th question. Two different dice are thrown. As again, the sample space S is equal to same as previous question, that is 40. Therefore, the value of N of S is equal to 36. Next one, event. Consider one by one. A doublet. Let E1 be the event that getting a doublet. Yes. What is the meaning of doublet first? Yes, therefore, doublet means same number appears on the uppermost face. Same numbers like 1 1, doublet. Both first and second dice, the uppermost faces shows same numbers, that is 1 1, that is called a doublet. Similarly 2 2, next 3 3, next 4 4, next 5 5, next 6 and 6. So these are all called as doublets. Therefore, the value of N of E1 is equal to 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Therefore, probability of this event is equal to N of E1 divided by N of S, 6 by 36. Yes, the answer is 1 divided by 6. So this is the first one. Next, second one, let E2 be the event that getting a sum 8, getting a sum 8, getting a sum of 8. So therefore, as E2 is equal to sum 8. Sum means, for example, 1 plus 1, 2 is not equal to 8. So 1 plus 6, 7. So we must want 8. The sum of two faces should be 8. That's 2 6, correct? That's 2 6. Next, coming to third line, that is 3 5. Next 4 4. There's no need to repeat again 4 4. Next 5 3. Finally 6 2. Just to find the sum, 1 2 plus 6 8, 3 plus 5 8, 4 plus 4 8, 5 plus 3 8, 6 plus 2 8. Therefore, the value of N of E2 is equal to 5. Therefore, probability of this event P5 is equal to n of E5 divided by n of S. So this is equal to 5 divided by 36. Okay, is it clear? Yes, coming to last one. Coming to last one. No, one more is there, I think. Coming to third question. Third question is sum divisible by 5. Sum, let E3 be the event that getting sum which is divisible by which is divisible by 5. Yes, therefore E3 is equal to sum, we should add, and then you have to check whether it is divisible by 5 or not. That's 1 plus 1, 2 is not divisible by 5. 1 plus 3, 1 plus 4, 1 plus 3, 4, which is not divisible by 5. That's first one, 1, 4. Next, 2, 3. Next, 3, 2. Next, 4, 1. That's 4, 1. Next, 4, 6 is also correct. Why? Because 4 plus 6, 10. 10 is divisible by 5. Next, 4, 6. Next, coming to as 5, 5. Sum 5, 5. Divisible by 10. Next, as finally last one, 6, 4. 6, 4. Let's count how many are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, therefore, n of E3 is equal to 7. Therefore, P of E3 is equal to n of E3 divided by n of S. So that is equal to 7 divided by 36. Yes, coming to last question in this lesson, fourth one. Yes, let E4 be the event that, fourth one, let E4 be the event that the condition is sum of at least 11. Sum of at least 11. At least 11 means minimum 11 and maximum 12. Minimum 11 and maximum 12. Therefore, E4 is equal to minimum 11. Minimum 11 means as 6, 5. Correct? 6, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6. As 5, 6. What is the sum of these two? 11. Next, 6, 5. Sum of these two? 11. At least means minimum. Minimum 11. Minimum 11. Maximum? Yes, maximum 12. Only these two options. Next, last option, that is 6, 6. Therefore, the value of n of E4 is equal to 3. Therefore, probability of this event is equal to formula n of E3 divided by n of S. So 3 by 36. The final answer is 1 divided by 12. Okay. So this is about the very important chapter, probability. So I finished all the questions in this lesson. So as you know already, multiple choice questions and chapter test take as a assignment. Please note all the answers. I will make a correction afterwards. After opening the school, I will make corrections. So next period, I will start new lesson. Okay, thank you.